Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. In today's episode, it is 7:30. You don't have to go through the whole, well, it's not AM because we went through that one already. It's 7:30 p.m. How you doing? How's it going? I'm doing well. Pardon me, thanks for asking. Yeah, hanging in there. Not a whole lot today. I had a meeting. It's real strange because, so let me tell you about this. I am in a lot of group projects, and in the group project that I had a meeting for today, we had to basically do a recorded presentation. And for some reason, while we were recording, I was real nervous to speak. And I think the reason I was nervous to speak is because I was going like it was like a 10 to 12 minute presentation and I was going in the middle. So if I mess up, then the people who went for the first 5 minutes just had to say their part again, which is would have been real awkward. I feel like I've become pretty articulate in speaking at the wall thanks to these videos. However, I still felt like I was gonna mess it up pretty heavily. I think that really recording has made me very good at maintaining this line of dialogue without throwing in the ums and the likes. I've been focusing on it quite a bit, and I feel I've gotten pretty good at cutting out all the ums from my speech. Anyway, we are Stygian today, I believe. Sounds right. I think yesterday was Awoken. It was Awoken Exile Melting. I think the day before was Hellhorned Exile Melting, so maybe we can get a third Exile Melting. Give me the three-peat. Other than that, though, not a whole lot going on today. Just, I don't know, this is like one of my least favorite combos in the game. Purple red. Oof, at least it's not Exile purple, Exile red. Am I calling them by their colors today? I don't know. Let me lean back. I've been thinking about Inscription, and the only problem I have with doing an Inscription series, by the way, I'm gonna give you this update. The only problem I have with it is Darkest Dungeon 2 comes out in 4 days, and that's gonna be a lot of videos and a lot of work for me to keep up in the middle of having, like, I don't know, 3 midterms to do in the next 2 weeks. In the next week, really, at this point. So, I'll try to get you some Inscription, but no promises, you know? It might be a sporadic thing, but I'll try and get some stuff out for you. And then we got Darkest Dungeon 2, and I'm going to start uploading the Ace Attorney VODs as whole stream VODs because it's going to take me like half a year to put those up otherwise, and Final Fantasy 13 2 is very close to being done. And then the dark shadow over my life will be gone. Final Fantasy 13 2 will be over. Other than that, let me ask you a quick question. This intro has dragged on quite a bit, so let me just get the question and let's get rolling. It's a simple question today. What time do you tend to wake up? And follow-up question, do you wake up at the same time, or are you on like a go to bed, wake up at the same time sort of schedule? I am. I wake up around 1:30 p.m. right now, and I tend to go to bed. I'm usually asleep around 5 a.m. So, that's like about 8 hours, yeah. I've been trying to cut back on sleeping. I used to sleep 10 hours, and that didn't feel good. So I've been cutting back by setting alarms and things like that. I have an alarm to go to bed and an alarm to get up. It's helped a lot. I would really recommend it. I feel like getting on a set schedule like that is really good. So consider it if you aren't. Most people probably are on some sort of set schedule, but if you aren't, try it out. Consider it. All right. Also consider liking, commenting, and subscribing to this video, and we can begin. It is Days to Hallows, Shadow Arcus, Chase Seraph, Crypt Builder, Fledgling, and Preserve. I almost called this Persevere. Preserve. Okay. I mean, I'm very skeptical, but I know the clan combo's weaknesses. I know where it's strong and I know where it's weak, so we should have something good for us. I actually really like Lightstone Casing here. Lots of really expensive, high-value spells that getting a third upgrade slot on can be good. Inferno, most Stygian common damage spells, most Stygian damage spells in general. I think it makes a lot of sense. Branding Right also. Inflame. I'll think about that one. I'm glad that this isn't Conduit because I think snap picking Conduit here is not great. Conduit's good, but you really only need 1 or 2 in Conduit. So I think I would rather play Chillwind. We can do Rage Sweep though for the early game, which is good. And I like Handheld Totem too much. I like it too much. I think it's good. So this run, the problem that this combo has, we're going to be going no Spikes Trial here. The problem that Stygian and Hellhorned combo has is all of their units are very low base HP. You have great scalable survivability in units like Hot Shark. Or not Hot Shark, sorry, Armor Shark. But overall, you're weak. You don't have a whole lot in the way of base HP. Armor Shark has 15 base HP. So what happens is in the early game you can just get caught, for lack of a better way to put it. 1, 2, 3. So I want to play this Train Steward and I do not want to ping anything else away. This will give me an exact death on this Train Steward. And that will let me get a new Train Steward in. So we're going to play nothing. And we're going to play nothing again. And this will give me the exact Train Steward death. And I will play a new one. I guess we'll play Lance, Torch. No problems here in this fight. We're going to run out of rage, but that's not a problem. Play Train Steward here. Play Lance, and then next turn we crit build. And the rage should be enough. Oh, I don't crit build. I'm a fool. I forgot. This is the freaking... Yeah. I should have... So... My mistake. What I should have done here, I forgot about the Ember Drain. You should play Crypt Builder on the turn before and then hope we pull a Train Steward. Is the better play. My bad. That's alright, we're gonna take like 10 for that. No, it's not a restart-worthy mistake. Yeah, we're gonna take 10 for that. It's no guarantee, you might still take 10 for it, but you have a chance to not take the 10 for it, right? Ice Tornado is a good spell for Lightstone Casing. I think that it's a good spell here, and we want to think about good Stygian spells as our idea for the early game, so I'm going to grab Ice Tornado. Welder Helper versus Ritual. Interesting question. Ritual is a good scaling option for us to play onto a sweep unit. Honestly, kind of thinking it might be Tethys, but that seems real bad. Hard to keep Tethys alive, etc. The problem with Welder Helper... there's no problem with Welder Helper. I should just take it. We have Rage Imp already. Yeah, there's no way you don't take Welder Helper here. Trying to find a reason not to take it. It's like... The run can be... Tethys... Shark... No, it can be Tethys plus Brandon. Not Brandon, Horned Warrior. And then you do 2 Fledgling Imps infused with Welder Helper as your frontline option. That can be the run. That'll be fine. Let's start over here though. Archstone plus 25 plus 10. Horned Warrior. Yeah, okay. I'll pick... Okay, so you have 2 ideas here. You can go Brandon and try to infuse that onto a Sweeper and let that scale. I don't like that much because when you play that, you have to start leaving things to live. And it's a very delicate balancing act of leaving things to live to attack your units while also not dying, right? So I can just use my spells with Abandon with Horned Warrior and scale him externally. So that'll be the idea there. And then I think you give him 25 HP to be safe. I think you give him 25 HP multi-strike. We play 2 Fledgling Imps with Welder Helper Infusion and maybe a plus 25 even. The problem with the plus 25 is they don't die until they die, and they're our only source of rage in this deck. So if they don't die and replay enough times, I will not scale Horned Warrior enough. But that's a problem for me of the future, not a problem for me of the right now. I feel like putting an Extreme Stone Ice Tornado down right now. This is just gonna kill a boss. Let's look ahead. Moon's Horde, so I can wait. I don't think I need to do the infusion right now. If I had Endless, I would probably do the Welder Helper infusion into Fledgling Imp right now, but I don't have Endless, so without Endless we can just chill. Mark of Invasion. It should be fine, but I'm not gonna roll the dice. I like the idea of keeping Tethys alive in this run so that she can clean up backliners for you. Like, you keep her just for the sweep in this position. Honestly, maybe look for like a Siren infusion onto Horned Warrior or something like that. Not entirely sure. You want to give him something, right? And this is where Tethys is good right now. I do ping that. He's gonna lose some HP, but we have the Ice Tornado to kill the last knight. Like, it's not that big of an issue. Just ping that off, and then Ice Tornado will not kill him, but it'll take at minimum 100 health off of him. That's too cold for Hellhorned. This position, I don't need to put anything else in front, so I can play the Welder Helper and put it on that guy. In here, we have 150 damage ready to go. I would like to get some incant idea because this is a good combo. We have a lot of good spells to play for incant, and by a lot I mean we have 10 good starting incant spells. So it'd be good to get an incant idea rolling. Helical Crystallis here, seems good. Ideally we pick up a conduit on this run. You take another fledgling imp here? I don't feel like you do. You ever take a hidden passage here? I feel like I'm interested in it, right? You just throw it down and you... It can fix a lot of situations. Right? You can split off enemies that are bad. You can split off like a backliner and frozen lance it. You can split off tanks that have no attack. It makes a lot of sense here. I think it... kind of go back and forth on picking it or not picking it. Maybe you do the infusion. No, because you don't want to duplicate right now. You don't get anything for duplicating right now without Endless. Okay, hold over here. Hold over on this Ice Tornado, and then you throw it at a -1. That's a lot of damage every turn. That's 150 every turn for 2. The idea behind this is if you get Conduit, this card becomes infinitely more playable. I mean, it just becomes 150 damage randomly every turn for 0, assuming Conduit too. If you don't hit Conduit, how is this? It's still fine because it has permafrost on it. It's not perfect, but it's what we get offered right now, and I'm down for it. Give it a -1. You could try to hold out for Value Stone, and then it's always good, but you don't necessarily need it. I'll pay you... Okay. Wow. Titan's Claws. Sure. That's interesting. Maybe the one time I've ever gone, wow, Titan's Claws, but not in like a negative way. I think I'd take this money. Yeah, definitely take this money. And I believe that's a let's go. I'm not gonna spend money here for a -1. I think it's fine. Especially because most 50% of the time when we see Conduit -1 becomes a worthless upgrade on almost every card. Soul Suckered Talos, not Pushback Talos. You ever put the Train Steward top floor here? Nah, you just killed this guy. You just kill that 7 times too. You can put the Train Steward top floor and anticipate this move, but there's a chance that you draw a Train Steward or an Imp, so it's not that worth in my opinion. I don't care about these clergymen that much. I'll start pinging off the scary enemies that are walking up. Those guys only do 2. I killed the one that was actually scary. You go Welder Helper and then you ping it, I believe. Frozen Lance. Ideally we pull an Ice Tornado or something. I'd like to not take 18 here. Crypt Builder... It doesn't stop it, right? No matter how you slice it, this 18 damage goes through. Because I can't play Crypt Builder Fledgling in. This wave is not that frightening, and the Fledgling Imp is going to take the 2 damage no matter what you do here. So... some weird stuff we can do, though. But we're gonna play the Fledgling Imp. I feel like that's the right idea here. And we're just gonna take 18 on Horned Warrior. I'm gonna ping the haste.
And I guess that's it. Could take 18 to Pyre if I wanted to, but that doesn't seem right. I think we'll have enough. Yeah, with the Ice Tornado, I think we'll have enough in particular. But we go... Let's start with Ice Tornado. Ideally, this hits each of these enemies one time. Although if it does 300 damage to Talos, that's also fine. That is ideal. And then we go Fledgling in here, block the hit, and I'd like to freeze this torch. I'd like to get Preserve back as well. Getting a free torch next turn is good. And playing it like this is good because now we can pull Preserve again. We go Frozen Lance. Can I ever get to the Forge Disciple? I think you play Frozen Lance Torch, Ice Tornado here and hope for the best. Yeah, that seems right. Oh wait, there is no hope for the best. That has to kill all of them. Never mind. Yeah, this Ice Tornado is going to really hold down this entire combat for me. Because look at that. There's 300 damage right there. And Talos just dies. This card's ridiculous. The Extreme Stone holdover Ice Tornado hard carried that combat for us. No question about it. Let me think about this one. So you got Last Stand, Reinforce, One Horn's Tome. There's a theory about One Horn's Tome being good here. I think that theory is wrong. Well, you could, like, the idea is you freeze One Horn's Tome with Preserve, and then you hold it for free until you have armor generation going. But what if we never get armor generation going in this run, right? We'd probably lose. And giving One Horn's Tome to Tethys and letting Tethys go nuts is kind of cool as an idea. Alternatively, Last Stand is pretty good for the same idea. I think Reinforce is the weakest one because our armor generation isn't going to be focused on a single unit, most likely. All that being said, I'm leaning towards it being Last Stand here. It's the same idea as One Horn's Tome, but it's a lot more flexible. Yeah. Eogorgon. Is that good? Armor Shark is a pretty safe middle of the road pick. Eogorgon. I don't know if Eogorgon is good or not. The problem with it is obviously you can't put armor on Eogorgon, it goes away. You have no survivability, so you just have to have this unit kill everything somehow. I don't think Eogorgon is good here. I think it would still win, but I think it's really awkward and it changes the landscape of the run. Because ultimately you could just play the same idea with Eogorgon on the imps. Like 2 imps, Eogorgon buffed up, win with that idea. But I think that run has more trouble, and it feels a little easier to play the Guard of the Unnamed idea here. What's the idea with Guard of the Unnamed, though, aka Armor Shark? I'm not sure entirely yet. I'd have to take space, or I have to infuse it onto the Horned Warrior, right? Space or infuse? What do you do here? I think you do infuse and space, and then the idea becomes 2 Fledgling and Welder Helper Endless idea. That'll be okay. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. And we don't need to take space now, though, because I don't have the imps yet. That'll be after Arcus. We take Draw now, and we rely on Conduit as the pickup here, hopefully. If there's a Siren of the Sea here, it's like you could take Eogorgon pretty comfortably. There's an Armor Shark. Or no, sorry, not an Armor Shark, a Hot Shark. Good. Take that. Archstone Forum right here. Seems good. What does this put me at? This puts me at 225. I have enough to buy Incan Armor 2 if I want to, but I don't want to. Reroll. We want to see Endless or Multi-Strike. Anything but quick here. Terrible news. Just an absolute disaster. That makes things harder. You got Conduit for me? Alright, at least we get Conduit. And I will take the artifact. Capricious Reflection, eh? I'm down.
50% chance to silence is also good, but I'm down for a little Capricious Reflection. Buff up some good spells for me, please. I suppose we just leave this then. Because right now we don't have to worry that much. We have this Ice Tornado which does everything. Feel fine with this Mark of Invasion. It's not that much damage, and we have Sweep. If you don't have Sweep here, you respect this wave a little more, because the haste stacks up with the Sycophants, but we have Sweep. Everything dies. Probably. I can even just Lance Torch. Don't have to take any damage. Yeah, everything dies, most likely. The tank might go through, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna play... 75 health Shark. I somehow don't have enough energy. Play everything. I suppose you skip the Collector here. Where am I going in the next ring? I am going to a Steel Shop. You think it's worth it to Greed Collector here? I think it is, actually. I'm just gonna not play the Shark. Nice. The Horned Warrior's looking a little rough there. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Worry a little bit about it. $150, I would take a hit. Let's play Ice Tornado first. I was thinking about moving the Clip Guardian up, but I would take 10 for that. You play Ice Tornado first, and then you throw Train Steward at it, I guess. These are bad until I draw those imps, though. Very not good. I guess you play Train Steward there. Thinking about it. And I do end up taking more damage in this idea. Quite a bit more damage, in fact. So, perhaps it would have been better to Ascend and then Ice Tornado. And by perhaps, I mean it would have been better to Ascend and then Ice Tornado. However, it's a tough call. I do take damage for my Greed here entirely. I can save this damage by pinging the one attack unit there. Ice Tornado just has too many targets to hit at this point, so it can't quite do everything like it has been. It can only do most everything. I think you do put the Welder Helper down just in front like that is fine. Good torch draw. Sad that I can't actually do this how I would like. But I suppose it is what it is. We're still gonna chunk 300 damage off of this boss with Ice Tornado. Could also have played Ascend Titan Sentry here to get the or to get the Frostbite down, but Yo, does this guy kill me anyway? He doesn't kill me. I'm gonna take 15. Rather close. It's the 2 spikes actually. Man, I made fun of the 2 spikes recently. I laughed at the spikes too. And where did that leave me? Where did the spikes 2 laughter leave me? Curious, isn't it? Real curious. Alright. I want to take, what I want to do here is I want to take Ice Storm and go left, right? But, sorry, am I looking at the right place? No. What I want to do is I want to take Ice Storm and I want to go left here. But, higher health and Horde. Oh, and I want the Steel Shop to make actual playable units, but I feel like I actually do go left and then we go left again and grab the Steel Shop here. If I want to go right, I take Holdover Preserve. I'm gonna go Ice Storm. I'm gonna go for the spells idea. Impressive. Oh, if it didn't have Consume, this would be really good. Because I could use this as my Imp Killer consistently. But I'll take Branding Right. Branding Right actually works as an Imp Killer as well. Okay. We go left. I'm banking on my spells here. Double stack plus 20 consume minus 1. Temple saves. Value stone. It's not that good. It's really not that good unless I put it onto something like Last Stand here. Plus 10 piercing is also... Actually, plus 10 piercing Ice Storm is pretty strong. Yeah, 55 piercing damage can ping off a lot of stuff for you. Go to 75 if I do this, but I'm going to do it. Because I'm going to also be sacrificing Shark into Horned Warrior here. Yeah, I am. This is a messy run. Alright, -1. Put this on Last Stand. You go plus 20 consume on a frozen land. Double stack Branding Right is good. And then we reroll. No holdover, but that's fine. I don't actually need to give this another -1 because Tethys makes it cost less. So I'd rather put another -1 onto something like Crystallis. I know, actually, I guess you just make it 0 because it's good to make this 0 right now. I need this to be 0 now, not after the next 2 combats. Like, 2 combats from now, we might be dead. So we're going to make that 0 now. And then we're going to cut out 2 Train Stewards with the rest of our money. And we save 120. I don't believe I'll die to Crystal Cloak. We have the big shark. But if I do die to Crystal Cloak, damn bro, that sucks. Alright. In this run, I feel like the story of this run is I sacrificed a lot of offensive capability for Welder Helper, and I don't know if that was a good trade. I'm not going to take multi-strike. The end. Multi-strike on the enemies, that is. I sacrificed the ability to go all in on Ritual Battle ideas in order to have one Welder Helper, and that Welder Helper will become very good later in the run. But right now, he's questionable investment, I would say. Is like functionally worthless to torch. And the enemies are very scary. Branding Right's free at least. This card is like, this is the basis of our entire game plan right here. Branding Right. I'm gonna put 1 on Tethys so I don't forget to set Tethys up to live. Because I probably will. And I guess I'll just hold off on the Ice Tornado. This is where a Hidden Passage idea comes into play as well. Although, actually that's kind of bad. With the Ice Storm draw, it's not that bad. We do negative damage. Holy moly, these fledgling imps don't do anything. Wow, this is terrible. Isn't it? This is really bad. Huh. I have 10 total rage in this deck because I haven't hit an Endless yet, and the Endless definitely goes to an imp. Once we hit an Endless, I don't think this is that bad. But right now, oof, buddy. Tough. I'm gonna go ahead and kill these imps off so I can put down Welder Helper. I don't have to kill them both off, I guess. Actually, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Okay, here's the play. I'm gonna freeze Ice Storm here. You go... That's fine. Freeze Ice Storm, let it go off on the boss. Yeah, so we're gonna spend all of our thinking on how am I going to kill this boss, and the answer right now is I don't think I am. Last Stand for 5 rage is pathetic, and this only does 450. We half health him right now with Ice Tornado. I don't think I live this, really. I really don't think I do. Tough. Okay. Let's play it as smart as we can, I suppose. Last Stand, it makes a difference. But does it make 150 damage worth a difference? No. Definitely not. Up here we play Lance. The Ice Storm is free. So we just play all of this out. Stalis included, I believe. Yeah, because I can't play it on the bottom floor. Do I have any reason to kill this in. No. There's 55. Hit there for the armor. We do have another branding right coming up as well. At some point. I don't know. If we die here, we gave it our best shot. That's what I'll tell myself. This idea just doesn't seem to be very good. That's the problem. Landing right. Ice Tornado. Ping, ping, ping. Crypt Builder. Okay, we're 200 damage short. So, I actually can see an idea here that would win this fight. You have to play this very differently. But at the end of the day, I was right, and I needed to go right and not to the magic shop, because the magic shop doesn't cut through a 900 health unit. And again, this is just a problem of I have too many pack shards trying to prep for the late game, right? That's what it comes down to here. I've spent a lot of my... I've spent all my pack shards trying to prep stuff for late game, and I put them into what? I put them into making this guy have in-can armor too. That's just not very good. That's the problem. My shards have just been spent on nothing. So anyway, the idea this time around is going to be to put everything on Horned Warrior. Fuck Tethys. I don't give a shit about Tethys anymore. Everything goes to Horned Warrior, and I want to wait on the Fledgling Imps to give him higher attack. And I think that might be enough to survive. We'll see. We go Welder Helper here. Kill this dude with a Frozen Lance. Bing that off. Ice Storm should kill that. And Ice Tornado here. Like, I can play it like this and then not have anything ever hit me, which is good as well. And so now I need to draw well. I need to draw both of those Fledgling Imps back. Yeah. It's not much. The problem is he just does 30 damage, which is nothing. Tethys dies in one hit. We kill her. Oh, you know what another idea is here? Actually, I could play middle floor. Yeah, you know what the better idea is here? You play middle floor and let Tethys stack. So we keep Tethys alive and we play around the spell weakness. I didn't think about that until just now. Well, let's see if this idea wins. Last stand. I mean, it's closer. This time we're only off by 100. Okay, one last try because I'm really interested in finding the line through this combat. I think this is a lot more interesting than me being upset and starting another run. I wouldn't be that upset at this loss. I mean, I just think this clan combo sucks a lot. I just don't like them. I don't like this combo. But I forgot to think about using Tethys as an idea for survival. The draw order here is pretty abysmal though too. Last stand, like it's just not timed out very well. Branding right here. I'm gonna play this Fledgling Imp right now. I think this is definitely the right play. Had to think about utilizing Tethys in a different way. Damage output is just, it's so bad. And it's mostly bad because we brick 2 straight steel shops, right? That's where the real badness comes from, I feel. But now Tethys gets to put down some real, like, I actually get to use the Tethys spell weakness for good. Get the extra 3 frostbite, why not? Yeah, Last Stand has been pretty worthless though. By all accounts, this card hasn't been good. But yeah, this time... There you go, yeah. So it's definitely have to use the spell weakness, and I probably have to use the spell weakness later as well. It's a hard one to find the survival idea. It, like, the top 4 play isn't good right now because I don't have Endless. If I have Endless, the top 4 play becomes better. Holdover important work is really good here. Because you can use this to... Yeah, this is definitely good. You don't have to play it a second time. You just use it to replay your in. Assuming we hit Endless. If we don't hit Endless, I think this run is just a wash. Multi-strike is something. Now you gotta show me an Endless. Alright. I think this run is a wash. Could make a really big shark. I don't think I'll do that. Spike of the Hellhorned, Rail Spike, or Waxen Spike. There's usually no downside to playing Awoken's Rail Spike, so I'll take it. Yeah. Stone, Perchstone. The problem is this is all of my rage generation right here. It's these 2 fledgling imps. So I have no offensive scaling, which is bad for the bosses. So currently we have to think about this game in that idea, and we have to answer the bosses in a different idea, which is spell weakness. We have to pivot our game plan here, because we just don't have it without Endless. And this harkens all the way back to the start of the game, where I almost talked myself into going Ritual Battle, but I went, no, we'll just play, we'll let the imps do it, right? No, not right, actually. This is only 10 rage right now. But I thought it was an obvious idea. You just go for the Welder Helper, right? Nope. Incorrect. But it's a decision that's a really tough one, I feel. I don't think that what I did was necessarily wrong. I think at the moment it made sense. When I made that choice, I don't think it was wrong. Yeah, we have to put Tethys on the middle floor. That's just how it is. Play Rail Spike, draw 2. A terrible 2-card draw. Wow. Just absolutely abysmal is what that was. Incredible. Deadweight Torch. Exceptional. Yeah, the idea also can be we buff with freezing fledgling imps and then we play them all right when we want to. But that's a hard sell. Because I don't have holdover preserve as well. Like overall, it doesn't feel like I'm making... it feels like I made decision mistakes on this run, not misplays. It feels like what I'm trying here just doesn't work. I'm gonna put this fledgling imp down. I do want the Ice Storm here, actually. And I would rather have the fledgling imp. I'd rather have it alive, I think. Because we have the import work coming up. Oh, never mind. That was an incorrect assessment. Important work, haven't heard of it. The stealth is a real shame here. It'd be great if I could be picking away some spell weakness right now. This would be a lot of good damage, but alas, it's not to be. It's okay, we're gonna import and work Last Stand here, and that's something. It's 16 rage, which is better than we've been before. Like, imagine if I could just move Arcus up and we have 3 spell weakness on him right now. That would be good. Alternatively, we could have Reinforce, right? And Reinforce would also be good here, because Reinforce would let me turn this big number into an even bigger number. Again, couldn't have known. Yeah, the game just didn't, it went the other direction on me, unfortunately. I went one way, the game went the other way with its, with what it was the good ideas here. A shame as it may be. I can't quite kill this Clipped Guardian, right? I don't think so. I can't afford to take damage to my Pyre here either, unfortunately. So I will freeze the Crypt Builder. Actually get a pretty good chunk of damage down. Yeah, alright. Does this round end here? I think we live this. I feel like we live this. I think that we have enough spell weakness generation here to punch through the boss. Especially with another branding right snuck in there. Just press your end turn here. I mean, I guess you play unnamed tone for the 2. Doesn't make a difference. I think Ice Tornado with what, 4, 5. Okay, we're gonna live it. 8 spell weakness. This run feels impossible. That's how this run feels right now. This run feels extremely possible now. Alright, Dark Deal. This run, holdover Dark Deal, all of a sudden this run feels a little more possible. Let's go space. We have to follow the idea, I feel. Oh wow, there's no way. Oh, there's no way. I actually did not see. I was blind. My mistake. I was supposed to do the infusion here and just live with it, but I thought there was a temple here. I was wrong. That is not a temple there. I should have looked again. Alright, that changes things a bit. But again, we picked up this holdover Dark Deal, so the imps... basically, space was the bad take there now. I should have taken second draw in light of new events. However, that's alright. What we do now instead is we go left anyway. We go duplicate into... We're gonna go 1 duplicate goes to Ice Tornado. Right? 1 duplicate goes here. And that puts me at 85. Take the forge, we go conduit 2. And then you go left here. We look for endless, but if we don't find it, it's not the end of the world. And we play... Yeah, we play... Maybe just 3 Ice Tornadoes even? But 3 Ice Tornadoes is a little much. I wonder if that's enough. We'll see. Ultimately, the what you learn from this run comes from floor 4, where I tried to be a little too ambitious and got myself got as a result. I'm gonna play bottom floor here. Maybe it's a little crazy, but I'm gonna do this. Now, what would be real crazy is if I just play Hot Shark right now. And you know what? I'm gonna do it. That's real crazy. Too bad I didn't draw that first. Could have played that on... Could have gotten the rage down, which would have been good. We're gonna live our entire life hinging the game on this one spell weakness right now, is my feeling. Okay, so we want to go... And I do feel like spell weakness 2 is worse than the cost down as well. But the Ice Tornado being free is pretty important. You're dead whenever. I'm gonna go Ice Tornado here. Wow, that is terrible. Wow, that's horrible. Huh. Yeah, that's just the worst outcome, I think. Or no, is it good? Maybe it's good. Don't worry about it, I guess. I have to Ice Tornado top 4 now. And I will play Crypt Builder and push this guy to the back. It's a very, very... Oh, I can't play Torch there. I see. It's a slow burn, this idea that I'm playing here. It would have been a faster burn if I had pulled Dark Deal sooner, but Dark Deal was on vacation, I suppose. Don't worry about it, Dark Deal. There's nothing important going on. Ice Tornado here with the second Ice Tornado hitting the field, though. What the fuck is that? What is that? Monster Train! Monster Train! What's that? You can't do that! Monster Train! What the heck? It's gonna be real hard to play this Rage idea and to chase Seraph as well at this point. Our Rage is very low. Shark dies, that's fine. He served his purpose. He did his job. Welder Helper goes down, Dark Deal, Torch, all that. You die, you don't die. How about now? How about now? How about now? How about now? Nice. Good job, everyone. Uh, yeah, so I don't feel great about the position that we're in right now, but we're in a position. I don't feel like I can play another. I don't think I can have a fourth holdover in this deck, basically. So let's go for skip. Frenzied Swarm doesn't do that much. It just messes with me quite a bit. Play Tiresome Climb. Days 2 is good. Yeah, I feel like it's alright. Let's do it. Okay, we go left here. Yeah, we go left here. Alright. What do you got, Steel Shop? Endless, oh wow. Yeah, so I could have had the 2 Endless Fledgling Imp Welder Helper idea. I don't know if that would have been good or not, but it's too late to think about it. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go Endless plus 25 Fledgling Imp. And we're gonna go look at the trinket shop real quick. Nothing that interesting. Hellvent, what do I want? I want another branding right, I feel pretty confident in saying. So, I'm gonna go for another branding right. At this point, it's worth noting that we have 4 cards that are played every turn. Fledgling Imp, Dark Deal, Ice Tornado, Ice Tornado. So we basically stop drawing cards at a certain point in this deck, but either way. Take another branding right. Go ahead and crack the Horde. Nothing too good here. I guess you have Icicle Fracture. Yeah, it's actually really good with Titan's Claw. So what am I saying? Eh. The general eh to that. I can buy 2 removals instead of re-rolling. I think that's fine. We want to cut out... God, I don't even know. This one's a mess. Honestly, I think we have Endless now, so important work is fine to keep, I suppose. It just makes it so that I can play an extra imp every turn, more or less. Get rid of 2 torches. Let's just do 1 and 1, I guess. Alright. Well, let's go. Now, everything that I've been doing is eking out victories by slowly building up buffs. And thankfully, we're not against a boss that hard counters you slowly building up buffs. Aw. Okay, I'm sure it's fine. We go Shark here. Wow, he just dies. Not right away, but soon. We go Fledgling Imp. Not the Endless one, but still. Ice Tornado, that's surprising, but not bad. And I will play... You know what's an interesting idea here that I'm going to follow? I'm going to Tiresome Climb this. Tiresome Climb the Pyre Wings out of the way. That way, I don't take any Ember Drain from the first Pyre Wings. Yeah, Icicle Fracture just freezes cards for me every turn too, which is good now. You should not kill my man. That's Hypothesis 1. You die. Branding right there. If there's any card that you should be saying, wow, that card seems really good after this run, it's definitely double stack Branding Right with a Lightstone casing. That card's really good. That card has been exceptional, I would say. I feel like this is an interesting position that we find ourselves in. I don't want to kill the 15-3 in the back. As a result, I don't think I should play Ice Tornado. Or if I do, I play it down here, for example. And I'll hit these guys next turn. Get rid of that. Okay. This is very, very scary that Seraph followed here. Very, very, very scary. Extremely frightening. But I'm gonna close my eyes for this one, is what I'm gonna do. So, I don't... See, the point, the idea behind closing my eyes there is now I don't know what happened, but I think I'm mad. But, yeah, you know, I think I'm upset now. So, thanks, monstertrain, and also fuck you, buddy. like to silence this. I want to dodge this Ember Drain as much as I can. Although I guess instead of silencing, I just play Quick Builder. It's a little better. Elder Helper can go tank 2 hits for me. Frozen Lance goes here. I'm just gonna assume I'm mad. But now I'm not as mad at Monster Train because I didn't see it, because my eyes were closed. It's actually a big brain strat. Close my eyes so I don't have to get mad. Important work, and then you get them again. Oh, I think I need to play consume. He live at 1. Fuck you. Ugh. If the imp lives, the imp lives, basically. We can't take any more damage, so we gotta think about it in those terms. The real problem is that Seraph keeps sneaking up here. I need him to go bottom floor more. I can wait on the silence and get 2 more armor out of it, which is good. Go bottom floor. You bitch. I hate you. I hate you, Seraph. You're a monster. Alright. You go unnamed tome, silence the sweep. I just put 1 Ice Tornado up here. Okay. I kept my eyes open for that one because I had a very strong feeling I would not be angry. What? That didn't seem right. I'm not gonna worry about it, I guess. Did all 3 of those hit that man? I guess all 3 of those hit that guy. Sure. Why not? And I want you to die so I can replay you next turn. And I would rather just hold these Ice Tornadoes, I think. Actually, no, I should throw one out. Sure, whatever. Hold the other one though. This way it stays 0. Yeah, so I can put it top floor if I so choose here. So we go Fledgling Imp. Yep. And then we go Important Work on the boy. Then you go Fledgling Imp again. I think it's best to give the Fledgling Imp branding right. I'm not sure. I'm gonna do it because it seems right. Then you go for Last Stand, roughly doubling our damage output. And keep the Ice Tornado free. I believe Seraph should die. 1, 2, 3, 4 spell weakness. Well, that appears to be a problem, doesn't it? I'm off by exactly 1 Ice Tornado bounce, huh? If I could bring Tethys back to play this Crypt Builder, we have it. If I could let this imp hit twice, we have it. It is ridiculous how close this is. But sadly, it looks like this run falls just short. I'm sure there's some sort of optimization. There's probably something I missed, right? I'm not going to replay this combat because I don't have an idea of what I would do differently. I would just play it the exact same way. I reset the 5th floor combat twice, but in both of those times I was like, ooh, I have a different idea here. I would play this the same way every time. I feel like the spell weakness is an integral part of killing the heavies in time. And so I feel like you have to play middle floor. I don't think you can pivot to top floor. This run would crush any other Seraph, I feel. Yeah, Patient Seraph we have chump blockers for. This run crushes every other Seraph, without question. Chase Seraph beats this run, though. And yeah, the moral of the story, I guess, is make better choices. But also, it's not really make better choices, because you imagine this run, but instead of seeing this branding right, we saw nothing but rage pickups, right? Imagine instead of seeing the branding right, we saw all rage ideas. Like we saw Dark Deal, we saw nothing but like, and I took the Ritual of Battle in the first ring. I have no survivability then, and we end up in a very similar problematic situation of I can't stay alive. In this situation, we stay alive for long enough. We had 5 rounds, but we had no damage. And that's because we didn't hit Endless, but or we hit Endless too late, I suppose I should say. I guess I could have looked ahead and realized that the Endless was gonna come too late, and then maybe you do the infusion of the Welder Helper, but that also doesn't seem like you do 2 Fledgling Imps, but that seems too slow because you don't draw any cards anymore, right? Is 10 rage per turn enough? Probably not against this guy. Yeah. I don't know. I'm really not sure. Cause like, what is the takeaway from this run? That's the question. Is it that I should have done an infusion on the imp? Well, I don't know, because I kind of feel like the imp idea wasn't that good. Maybe like the rage self-infuse imp would be better. I think the takeaway from this run is I should have taken second draw, because the extra space ended up being bad because I didn't. No, it let me play mid 4, right? Yeah, let me play mid 4, so never mind on that idea. Like, there's clearly, in hindsight, you can easily take this run by, I feel like, maybe not taking Ritual Battle. I don't really know exactly. It's like, Branding Right's great. Ritual Battle, no Endless on the Fledgling. If the early shops being bad, plus the fact that there was no temple at the end of the run, really throws it off quite a bit. And you gotta think a little harder about what you want to do. But I feel like if I thought about it for a while, I still wouldn't know. Because it's not the sort of choice of like which idea is better. It's the sort of choice at the start of the game between Ritual and Welder Helper that goes, well, what am I gonna hit, right? And in this run, I hit armor ideas when I took the armor idea at the start of the game, so I didn't have enough damage. Maybe if you take the second spell weakness, you win that. Maybe you take second spell weakness on Tethys. I don't know. I'm not gonna think about it too much. I don't get paid enough to think about this for this long. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.